And welcome back to another installment of Pong Plays Asagao Academy. And we met a mystery man on the train headed to the academy. I wonder who he is. I wonder. My tea's hot. Alright. And we just met somebody here. Not exactly sure. Actually, you know what? I want to see if this has controller support. As I approached the building, a redhead girl lingering nearby caught my attention. Oh, sweet, it does. Alright, awesome. I looked away, then looked back. She was staring at me. Now I can just, relax, lay back, and just hit a button. Instead of, moving around the mouse thing. It's a thing connected to a wire. Yeah, so last time we went on a train, came to the academy, and met this random girl. So, who is she? Is she going to be our rival? I looked away, then looked back. She was staring at me. She walked over. I'm pretty sure anybody that's kept up with the news...
You must be my roommate!
Lol. Okay, so, voice acting. Anybody that's paid attention to this probably knows a little bit of the characters here, so... You must be my roommate! I feel redundant if they actually do the voiceover and I repeat it. I eyed her warily. She was smiling and bouncing in a way that suggested her views on life were akin to a perpetual bouncy castle. Oh.
What?
Me?
Bingo.
Of course, you silly. Let me guess. Room 325? I thought back to the paper I received a month prior with a list of all the supplies I needed for the year and my dorm arrangements. Yeah, that's right. She laughed, but I couldn't figure out what was so funny. Now, should I use my normal voice? Muka? She laughed, but I couldn't... So I'm wondering if I should use my regular voice if I'm speaking for Hana or talk in my usual, girl voice if I have a girl character. She laughed, but I couldn't... Oh, okay. What was so funny? Was she laughing at me? They're all laughing at me! When I found out my roommate was a transfer student, I knew you were going to be a total main character. Fourth wall. Sorry? A what?
Mm-hmm.
When I saw you outside the gate, I knew it was you. I mean, look at that hair! I felt a lump forming in my throat. What was she talking about? She had to be making fun of me. I hadn't spent more than 5 minutes on campus, and I was already being mocked. My hands began to tremble. Is there something wrong with my hair? Her face slackened from its amused smile to a more worried expression. Then she began to laugh again.
Oh, no. It's great, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, it's great, I'm sorry.
We're getting off on the wrong foot, aren't we? Oh, gosh.
We're getting off on the wrong foot, aren't we? Oh, gosh,
I'm Mai Sasaki. You must be Hana.
I'm Mai Sasaki. You must be Hana. I bowed my head.
Hello.
It's nice to meet you, May. All your school books are waiting in your room with your welcome letter, and I read the envelope. I hope you're not mad. May started walking towards the dorm's front doors. I fell behind like a lost puppy. Did you check the front desk already? No, I didn't. I didn't know what I was supposed to... Good! They'll offer to have a staff member give you the tour of the campus, but I can show you around. We don't get many transfer students in year 3, you know. Choked to myself. Oh, is that your only bag? Just the one? I'm glad you brought an extra bag of stuff to decorate our room with. I started already. I hope you don't mind. But I did wait to string the lights. I thought we could do it together, you know.
Roommate bonding.
She spoke quickly, the words bubbling from her mouth. And left me no time to answer until the end of her monologue. Yeah, okay, that sounds good. She held the front door open for me and I hurried inside. Girls filed up and down the hallway, howling greetings and exchanging vague niceties that were, more often than not, "How was your break?" and "Look at how tan you got!" It seemed like everyone knew each other. I followed May as she led me through the maze of students and up 2 flights of stairs. Each dorm floor looked the same as the last. Narrow, white doors lining both sides with pale pink walls. Thin gold numbers were tacked on the front of each, the numbers rising as we climbed. Alright, so I got a new headset, a new pair of headphones. It's funny because it like cups my ear. I actually have... This might be the nicest piece of equipment I actually have on me now. Hopefully the sound sounds better. If anybody's noticed, if anybody's kept up with the channel. Which means any of my VGT episodes, self-promoting here, will end up sounding better and have better audio stuff. You know what I mean. You're not missing anything with the campus tour, I promise. Mr. Saitomo. And almost, for a second, a little bit of dyslexia like filled in. It looked like sato oimo, which is a taro potato in Japanese. Mr. Saitomo does them every year, and he's like totally dull. He just drags you around the entire campus and talks in that weird, squeaky voice of his. I'll tell you everything you need to know. I smiled, trying to let this calm my nerves. Thanks. We headed down the hallway on the 3rd floor. May stopped us in front of a door numbered 325. Here we are! A faint smell of potpourri wafted through the room. The walls, like the hallway, were a soft, powdery pink. Wait, hold on, I want to see what these... Obsession, Alvenstein. Tortured Souls, the only my guitar understands me world tour. I was trying to read the posters in the back, that's pretty funny. May already defaced them with a tapestry of posters, magazines, cutouts, and photographs. Some of the photos were of cats, but most were of male models and rugged musicians. A bunk bed, 2 writing desks with wooden chairs, a small dresser, and a mirrored vanity, all clearly provided by the school, were the only pieces of furniture in the tiny room. Now, hold on. I'm thinking to myself whether or not, since this is a high school, like, visual novel, if I have to worry about my studies and keeping my grades up. Because, you know, I don't want JonTron to look down at me and be disappointed. And be like, Pong, what are you doing? Actually, if I'd be ashamed to show him any of my channel. That's more sad than funny. All the pieces of furniture in the tiny room. Okay, I read that. The top bunks was already covered in neatly tucked blankets and throw pillows of clashing patterns and colors. The bottom bunk had a single stiff-looking pillow and thin cotton blanket that I didn't need a touch to know was horribly itchy. I must have grimaced, because May quickly smiled at me. I brought way too many pillows and blankets. I always overpack. I went to Italy over break and Mom really got mad at me because I brought 5 bags. We were only there for a week. She laughed, pulled several blankets and pillows from her bunk, and rearranged them neatly on mine. A sudden twinge of guilt and embarrassment hit me.
Perfection.
There, that's much better. Thanks, May. I placed my suitcase on the bottom bunk and began to unpack its contents. Several changes of clothing, pens and pencils, empty notebooks, a few photographs of my father, a dilapidated stuffed rabbit, an old portable radio, and a small black box. That's ominous. May opened the curtains, and the sunlight poured in. So, what's in the box? Where are you from? I slid the now empty suitcase under the bottom bunk. About 2 hours north of here. It's a small town called Amaterasu. You probably haven't heard... I almost said Amaterasu, but that's completely different. You probably haven't heard of it. I set the stuffed rabbit, Mr. Bunny, on my bed beside the purple and teal throw pillow. That's not a very imaginative name for a bunny. Oh. Did you go to a different boarding school, or... No, I went to a public school down the street from my house.
Really?
Public school? They've got drugs and gangs and shootings, and what was it like? Were the students mean? Did you have lots of friends? I always went to private schools. My parents work a lot, and my dad goes overseas, so I think they stuck me here for the convenience. Oh hey, what's that? I removed an ornately patterned origami. Ornately patterned origami. That's kind of a tongue twister. Craned from the black box and was setting it on the unclaimed writing desk. Oh, this? My mother made it for me a long time ago. I set it beside a stack of thick textbooks, which I assumed were provided for me.
Aww.
Wow, it's so pretty. I've never seen paper like that before. Oh yeah, the lights! Let me get them! May went to her own desk, opened the drawer, and pulled out a long, tangled string of fairy lights. I thought these would look nice here. Help me string them up. I can't read right. She grabbed a container of pushpins, then pulled her wooden desk chair out and over to one wall. I did the same with my own. Together we pinned up the lights around the perimeter of the room. Stabbing the wire. How was the train ride over? Did you meet anyone? No, not really. I was in a compartment with some guy and...
What?
Oh, some guy? Was he cute? Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention. Didn't even get his name. May seemed disappointed for a moment, then perked back up. You'll have to point him out to me if you see him again. Oh, okay. Once we finished stringing the lights, May climbed down from her chair and brushed her hands together triumphantly.
Yeah!
Done! Okay, now it's time for lunch. The food here is pretty good. There's this ramen place down the street from campus like that. That's like out of this world. But the school only lets us leave campus on weekends. May walked to the window. We could go today because it's Sunday, and it's pretty nice out, but I guess you might want to go to the caf, since you just got here. We could... Then she was suddenly interrupted by her own enthusiastic laughter. Ha 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 ha. Oh my gosh. Mimi Santos totally just tripped outside and fell on her face. I saw it! Oh, was that mean to laugh? Maybe I shouldn't have. Oh well. Anyways, let's go eat. I'm totally starved. If this was Fable, her evil meter might have gone up. I don't know. She led me out of the room before I even had a chance to respond. The cafeteria was buzzing with students excited for the new year. The only people as nervous-looking as I had left were the tables of skittish, wide-eyed first years. I stepped into the line behind May. Taking the empty plastic tray, we shuffled through, asking the helpings from the sulky cafeteria workers when we passed something that looked good. With full trays, May led me straight to the table in the back where a few students were already sitting. May sat down and I took a seat across from her. Hi May, how was your break? It was good. I went to Italy and Spain. Dad fell off a ski jet and broke his ankle.
Uh-huh.
It's better now, though. Oh. Well, that's nice. I expect to be introduced, but the girl turned back to her group of friends, and May turned back to me. She began to salt her food with a fork and tell me in practically a minute-by-minute account about the fleeting romance last summer with a boy she met on the beach that didn't go further than a few salty kisses. Ew. I sat back and let May talk. For the first time since arriving on campus, I felt like I was finally able to breathe. I picked up my Brussels sprouts and studied May as she spoke. The more she talked, the more I began to notice small details about her.
Well...
She had a high, songbird voice. Oh.
What?
She was dynamic, her face twisting in this way and that into exaggerated expressions as she spoke. She laughed often. She imitated people in wildly unflattering voices, seemingly unrelated to her actual opinion of them. But most notably, she talked. A lot. I didn't find this particularly annoying, as it filled the silence and she hardly ever asked questions that required my full attention. Just as May was rounding off the shockingly detailed account of the time she accidentally walked in on her friend's older brother in the act of changing a flash of a familiar green caught my eye. Oh snap. I wonder what that could be. I'm pretty sure I know. I'm trying to create like tension so you watch the next episode. Keep hitting the mic. Which brings me to a little running gag that I suppose happened with, I think it was either Fable or Poke MMO or something, where I might start doing this on my episodes. I don't know. But it might be annoying. I'll have to see it and like when I start editing, whether or not it's like really like harsh on the ears with my headphones. Because if it's harsh on the ears with the headphones, I'm sure no one's going to enjoy that trying to watch this stuff on their phone with the headphones on. They'll be like, do-do-do-do-do, boom, ow! Anywho, yeah, so that's about it. Wait until next time to see who this green man is. Next time on Pong Plays Asagao Academy. Yo, drop the mic! Dang, I missed it. Maybe I could just do this. Yo, drop the mic. Yeah, that's not that bad, right? That's probably going to be harder on the speakers. Like and subscribe.